On April 30th will be the 2-year anniversary of Georgia Power's completion of Plant Vogtle, the only nuclear reactors built in the United States in the last 30 years. Listen to Georgia Public Service Commission Chair Jason Shaw.
We've been through so much.
Where he does so much complaining about how hard it was for him.
When I took office, we basically had a perfect storm that was already coming our way.
As he speaks to a Senate Regulated Industries Committee hearing,
with 2 nuclear units that were late.
And how hard it was for his staff.
I just want to applaud my staff because they worked so hard to deal with this.
To do what? Shift all the cost overruns from Georgia Power's incompetent behavior onto ratepayers so they can make $1 billion every year while we suffer with enormous power bills?
You're not going to read this in the papers how much Southern Company shareholders have eaten over those major decisions.
Let me just be clear. Commissioner Shaw is not a Georgia Power customer. He pays his bills to Pine Lakeland EMC. He does not have any impact from the votes he made for us, the 2.7 million Georgia Power customers who do pay the bills. We had a 25% rate increase the day after the second reactor went into commercial service, which was May 1st, 2024.
So to think that we just passed that on, we did the best we could.
And then to make matters worse, in May, Georgia Public Service Commissioners, state officials, and Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm went to a ribbon cutting on site at Plant Vogtle, where they ate cake in the shape of Plant Vogtle's nuclear reactor, and didn't mention ratepayers, cost overruns, or impact on customers at all.
It wasn't our fault that it was behind schedule.
To this day, no one on the commission or Georgia Power has apologized to customers for going billions over budget or taken any responsibility for what happened.
We did the best we could.
No, you didn't. You should have done a complete review of cost overruns so that everyone could understand what happened. But you didn't do that. A really sweet outcome that 18 months later, 2 commissioners were ejected from their seats in decisive numbers. And the third announced she's not running for re-election. She knew she couldn't win. It is a ridiculous outcome. 2 years later, so many states are considering building nuclear, misunderstanding the moment. Solar and storage and wind are far cheaper, far faster, low carbon, and don't bring the risks of nuclear energy. Commission Chair Jason Shaw complains about how hard it was for him, for his staff. Never mentions customers, cost overruns, and he never mentions rate increases. It's highly disturbing because his job is to regulate in the public interest. The word public service is in the name of the agency that he chairs. It's a state agency. And yet there he is, complaining away about himself, his staff, and Southern Company. And what matters most to Public Service Commission Chair Shaw is himself.